favorite part about training?
Lunch.
Lunch. My favorite part about training is to see a dog get it, whatever I'm doing, and it kind of dawns on them. Like the other day, I was working with the car in the arena, and of course now I forget who it is, but the puppy got the idea that they were going around through the side of my car to come up to the back.
Nope.
She was the one that wouldn't jump out.
Yeah, that would.
But I had one that would jump out and I would say load up, and I didn't even have to do anything. I would just say load up, and she'd run around and jump through the back and come out. It's fun to see them when they realize what they're doing. So that's my favorite part.
That's like your water moment in that movie.
Miracle Worker.
Miracle Worker. When they realize.
Wow, it means something.
Aha moment.
Well, I haven't got the aha moment with my friend here. I was trying to get her to pick up a thing, a toy. It wasn't working. The minute you start feeding her cookies, she thinks cookies, and then she forgets everything else.
Somebody said, what were your main training tasks today? Today I was working in the barn alley with most of the Calories and Minions leash training. They're all getting to the age where they will probably be going off property soon. So I was just trying to get a good read on where they were. We have a few that are doing really well, and the group of sick, I don't want to call them that anymore because they're not sick, but they came out of Beagle today. We have 2 in the house, 2 went back down to the barn, so I worked with a lot of them. 3 went back down to the barn. Worked with them today. It's not really training, but we took the guppies and got their rabies shots today, so everybody's vaccinated.
Did she left.
Did she what?
Give the other C5 shot to the black ones?
I don't know the answer to that.
I did not see her doing that.
Let me call her. Hold one moment.
I'll be moving the camera.
I think she already did
We
it.
went through the.
I'm not on.
We went through the passports of the black dogs today, and the shots that they've had are very confusing, but we determined that 3 of them ought to have another shot.
She's coming up to do it now.
Yeah, that business on the passport where they give the day it was shot, and the next date down is the day the next one is due, not the time that it got it.
Because they were putting both stickers on from each vial.
Yep.
Which made it seem like.
It was.
Yeah, it was very confusing.
It was very confusing, but we're onto it now. So.
Do all the dogs love the snow?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know about Bailey. She's
over it.
Feet.
But most of the puppies do, yes.
When you're training, what treat do you use?
Today I used the wet food in the little canisters, and then usually when I'm walking I just use, I think we got a whole bunch of those Purina cookies in the mail, so I've been using those.
Do you give a list of commands to the new recipients and how to use them and all that stuff? Yep.
So usually we print it out for them like the first or second day, just so they can kind of review it. We tell them the command and what it is or how to use it, and then they're quizzed on it. So you have to pass the test at the end. No, yeah. So we do give them it on paper so they have it as reference. Just tell us whatever you want to tell us. I don't.
They have the vocabulary of about a 2 or 3 year old child, is what I always say.
Yeah.
You only need to wear one.
How did Gretchen do today? She was really good. I mean, that group has kind of missed out on some of the weight training and that kind of thing, so they're still a little jumpy, and need to get some basic manners down, but she actually did really well.
Gretchen?
She's pretty confident, yeah. She's pretty confident, so following others around or...
Why is everybody telling me she's going to be a doozy to handle?
I don't think so. I mean, she's chatty.
Chatty?
She's a harl.
She's a harl.
She's
Gretchen?
chatty, but
Yeah, Gretchen. Yeah, she likes it.
But
she's very vocal.
She's very vocal.
I like vocal.
But I don't think that's a reason to say that she's not gonna. I think she's gonna. I mean, so far, we just don't know at this age. It's way too early, in my opinion.
Okay, random question.
Okay.
To keep asking questions. Where is your favorite spot to take a dog to?
Off property? You know where I like to go is the hotel. I feel like it's got so many different. It's big. I mean, a lot of CPs have been there who've come to Dog Fest. There's different floor surfaces, elevators, stairs, the ramp in the back. I just like it. It's good for puppies who are starting out because in the daytime it's pretty quiet. So it's the first place we take a lot of puppies, and it's also the first place we usually take a recipient, so they're not overwhelmed. So I like the hotel.
They like us too, I think.
I think so. They always seem happy to have us there. They're very respectful of our training.
Where do you do the brace training?
I would say we don't really, I particularly don't teach brace until the dog is older. There's no sense to brace on a puppy. Brace. Hotel is usually where we start, or we have like an outpatient center nearby that the third floor is a pediatrician's office, and it's pretty quiet during the day. So usually we'll fall in the hallway. Lately I've been falling at Target. In the back. I'll wait till everybody walks away and then I'll fall.
It's a problem falling in a crowd because everybody wants to come over and help.
Yes. Are you okay?
You're okay. And if two of us are there, they can't understand why. Like I'll be standing there just watching. Go ahead, get up,
Yeah, I usually don't like fall in checkout or...
Yeah,
I have not fallen in a parking lot. I just usually find a quiet corner somewhere and do it. Pups in the kitchen look great. They do look great.
How long?
Go ahead.
How long do you work with a puppy before you know it will or will not make a good service dog? Or do you know right away?
I don't know right away. It's such a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
I mean, you just...
Unless they pace.
Unless they pace.
A structural problem.
Right. There might be an issue that starts to present itself at 4, 5, 6 months old that we might feel we can overcome. So you don't necessarily want to wash them out before we absolutely...
We don't wash out many.
Feel like it's necessary. So that's so...
Are you working with Leslie and Leroy?
Yep. I mean, personally, yes, they are still in training, if that's their question. Yep. I love your sparkly hat. Thank you. Tell us whatever you want to tell us. I don't really know. They're probably sick of asking me questions because I've been here 3 days in a row. They're like, we want to hear somebody else. Their food or cookies. Is that all of them, Laura?
Yeah.
It's a quiet day.
It is a quiet day. What else did we do today? Megan and I. We moved a whole... Huh? Yeah, I said that. We took rabies. Nobody pooped or threw up in the car. Well, one poop, right? Oh, okay. No throw up, though, which was good. We moved a lot of dogs today. We moved the 4 starlets up to Deagle. Most of the puppies are either in the barn or the house. So that was good today.
How many adult dogs did you play with today, Eddie?
Did I personally? 4.
How many did Megan do?
What are you talking about?
How many adult dogs did you play with today?
I only played with the pokies. I did 8 pokies today.
8 pokies.
And I did. They know more than I know how many I did.
Steve did the adults, so he did 4 or 5. So he did 7, at least 7 adults, and Katie did whatever.
Yeah, I did 4 on property when I was moving them. How many did I do? They probably know more. I would say I did 10 or 12 today. Leash training. Maybe.
Would you prefer working with puppies or older dogs, and why?
I don't necessarily. I mean, I like them all age. I mean, I like spending time with every single one. I lately have enjoyed spending a lot of times with the puppies because they are getting a lot of those aha moments, and it's fun to see them excited and progress pretty quickly in just a short time.
How are Leslie and Leroy?
They're great. How are Leslie and Leroy, Meg?
Leslie and Leroy are good.
Yeah, they're good.
Are you making up the shots for him?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
How did you get started as a dog trainer?
I've shared this story before. I'll just do a brief synopsis. I've never been a dog trainer before I ever came here. I've only owned dogs all my life. I've had Danes for the last 12 years. Carlene made me a dog trainer when I came here 2 years ago.
If a puppy/dog seems overly bonded to you, would you have it work with the other trainers? More.
Well, yeah, we all we all touch all the dogs, but we definitely bounce dogs around from one person to the next for differing opinions, or we want them all to experience all the trainers. We all train consistently, but all with a little bit different twist. Is that it?
When you work with the pups just outside the arena, with you sitting in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that doesn't turn into a question.
What did it say?
It says when you worked with the puppies just outside the arena, you were sitting in the chair after you left them. After you left the IMMED.
Media?
I gotta read it. Let's read it.
I don't know what that means.
You left. I think it was Gretchen because it was like jumped up there and sat so nicely. Hope someone recorded it. Oh, someone. I probably just walked into the other room. She was still in the alley.
What is
They're just saying she jumped in the chair. I don't know what that means. I guess she just jumped in that chair and was sitting there waiting.
You had a warm button, you warmed the chair for her.
I guess so. I had the little heater.
Here comes the puddle dog.
Hi, Neko. Hi, girl. She's so pretty. Hi. Oh, what a pea girl.
What brought you to Service Dog Project, and how did you know about it?
I know. I'm a pretty dog.
Forgive me for those who have heard this. My mom told me about Service Dog Project while we were living in Iowa. I was a camera person for about a year, and my husband got a job transfer to this area. So about a few weeks after we moved into our house, I came down here to visit, and the rest is history. Did I answer it all?
I did.
How did I get?
That's the deaf dog, right?
She's not deaf.
She's not deaf.
Okay.
Joe.
Oh, more? Okay.
Did you work with George, and if so, did you notice anything different about him?
Yes, I did work with George. Megan and I trained George. Out of his litter, which was like Tony, a Riot, who else was it? Sienna, Hank, Dory, Goldie. Yeah, there's 11.
Boo.
Boo, yes.
Tizzy.
No. No, she was a puppy.
A Buffy.
Yeah.
So.
We're going to lose the question if you don't.
Yeah. So, I felt like out of that litter, my personal opinion of the 2 best dogs we had in that litter were George and Dory. They're both service dogs today. George has always had a great, laid-back, very sweet personality. I think he's a great dog. I think he's great for Bella. Did I answer the question? Now I'm off track.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just like what. So it was like, if you worked with him, and did you notice anything different?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I said, I think he and Dory were the two best out of that litter. Caught on very quickly early on.
How do you train a deaf dog?
I have no idea. I personally don't work with deaf dogs, so I really don't know the answer to that.
Do we think any of the white puppies are deaf?
We don't have any.
We don't have any white puppies.
Or like more white than others?
No, none of the 31 puppies are deaf. None of them.
So why out of that one litter did we have 4?
I don't know.
I don't
Such
either.
an interesting.
And that's when everybody was about to crucify us.
Right.
Oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You know, it's a Merle and a Harl. The next
And
Merle and
2
Harl.
out of those
2 of them were perfect.
were perfect. Well, you have 1 and
Yeah?
Devin has 1. So really, to me, 2 were
There were 2 deaf ones in the
2
litter.
deaf ones.
But there were 4 whites.
Correct.
And but one of the other dogs in the litter was George.
That's right.
So the next litter we had with the same 2 parents,
Yes.
there's no white at all.
Right.
And that's why when it did
Well,
happen,
there's another litter in between. Yeah.
that's why when it did happen, I was just, will you please back off? Because it would have been extremely unusual to have white ones again. I mean, the numbers do work out if you just roll with it, you know.
Where are the
I mean, there are times I've had a whole litter of harlequins. That's pretty unusual too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just about as rare. You know, you never know.
I mean, Scarlet's litter is pretty colorful. 3 Harls, 3 Merles, 3 black and white.
That's right. Yeah. Wonderful.
It's a nice litter, actually. I like it a lot.
Okay,
Any
you're
others?
done?
Yeah, any others? You're done? Okay. See you guys. Enough of me. You won't hear me till Saturday.